Good evening. My name is Sam Biceline. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, this evening on Tuesday, on May 20th, I had a chance to get off work and get down here to Muddy Creek Forks in the Susquehanna Valley in the south central PA. And, yeah, and turn around and, what we're looking at here is my brush cutting pan that I built from scratch. This is actually a brush cutter that goes on the end of my tie crane here at Muddy Creek for cutting brush along the railroad right away. And I had it tore apart here all during the pandemic, and now it's time to go ahead and get her back together again. So yeah, turn around. This brush cutter has the hydraulic drive motor, which is right here, and then it has the slipping clutch is right here, and it has the springs here. So there's a clutch disc on the left side here and a clutch disc on the right hand side inside here. And what happens is with these springs set, what happens is when it's rotating, the blades are obviously coming out here. It's this one set of blades that will go around and cut. And this drive motor is bidirectional, so it turns clockwise and counterclockwise, which is a good thing because sometimes when I get up into a major tree or major heavy brush when I'm cutting, I have to go ahead and rotate to get the vines out of the blades. So right now I have the blades off the load, and the load is right in here's where the blades, you can see the shaft sticking down. You can see all the rust on that shaft, so I have to get all that rust off. But yeah, so the gearbox here, I turn around, the gearbox has been through war and back several times. It's a heavy-duty right-angle gearbox, and believe it or not, with me cutting here along the railroad right away, so I'm cutting trees down like that and bushes, I'll just chop them right off. And like here above the motor car here, I'll trim all them trees too. So when I'm cutting with this thing, there's no mercy when I'm cutting. And needless to say, I turned around, I destroyed the gearbox several times. So my brother-in-law, he turned around, he's a good machinist here, and he turned around, made steel plates to go around, sort of entombed this cast piece right here. So this is all heavy-duty steel. And then over the years, I just kept on adding more steel to this pan. And there's a hydraulic cylinder that goes on this, so that way I can sort of angle to cut when I'm up against the trees themselves. So like a tree above the motor car there, I cut flat. So yeah, I turned around, I worked on this during the pandemic, and just one more project I worked on now. Is turn around, I'm gonna go ahead and get her in service and do some cutting along the railroad right away. Um, the biggest thing right now, I got to take it back apart. I realized that my brother-in-law, he drilled the bottom of the box there. You can just sort of see inside here, there's bolts with little holes. And what that does is you take tie wire and you go ahead and you wire all the bolts together, and you twist the machinist wire, and that way the bolts will not back out after you've done torque them. It's something the machine shops do, heavy applications such as this. But yeah, over the years, I had cut with this cutting pan many railroads here in the south central PA and also over in New Jersey. I cut many railroads out with it being on my tie crane. And yeah, I mean, when she cuts, she cuts. So I got the railroad down here at the Railroad Museum here in on the old Maryland, Pennsylvania railroad to get cut out, and then I'll go ahead and get this railroad cut out, and then may take it up to the Middletown Railroad when I'm done down here, and that way I cut the Middletown and Homestown Railroad out up there because it's getting sort of on the jungly side too. But yeah, I turn around. So the plan is here tonight is go ahead and get that gearbox all back apart, get it off my two little I-beams. And what I did here, I went ahead and I used the I-beams and I put these grade 8 bolts the whole way through the I-beams through the gearbox. They come out to here, and then I went ahead and put a piece of rubber in here so that way it acts like a cushion. Anything to protect that casting from breaking, because like I said, when those blades are out here rotating, they come out around like this. Here, so obviously having new blades on, you're not going to see that, but that whole system here is moving around, and that's what I sort of figured out that broke that gearbox. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take this clutch back apart here. These are actually genuine springs for this kind of application, and I use locking nuts, and also I drilled every bolt to put a little cotter pin in. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all these back apart, take this off, take that off, and flip that over and put the tie wire through and put it all back together, and then I'll go ahead and put it on the tie crane and go ahead and keep on working on it. So yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and do a video here on a railroad tie crane brush cutter head that goes on a RTW tie crane. Alright, I just want to thank everybody for watching my YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next go around. Thank you. Have a good evening.